Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and we're back today to do some nice Sunday afternoon chilled drawing practice following this book, 15-minute art drawing, learn how to draw colour and shade, and we are at project 26, which is a seal. So I am using this notebook that I got from Amazon. It had a plain cover and I've decorated the cover and the inside with some scrapbook paper, and we're just doing a project per page and having a little bit of fun with it. So that was last week, snake, and we have a nice fresh page for this week. Let's just move the pens out the way just now, and let's get back to our seal. So it says, drawing this seal is a great project to practice adding texture to your animals. Playing with texture is the perfect way to add dimension and depth to illustrations. So step 1, sketch out the seal or trace the template on page 235. Right, so sketch out the seal. Let's just get our little bits out of the way. I'm just going to jump up and check that you can see. Yep. Right, so maybe just kind of that bit first from his flipper. Let's see. So a bit of a dome first, and then kind of all the way round and out to his tail. Okay, and then we've got a bit of a flipper here. And then out from his flipper to his other bit of a tail, and then just a bit squiggly. Okay, another flipper over here, peeking out. And then that looks like ghost. It looks like ghost eyes. I think I've made them too big in the wrong place. Let's do his nose first. And then 2 tiny wee eyes. That's better. Oh, that makes him more friendly. Okay, happy with that. Maybe needs a wee bit more of a pointed head. Using a light grey marker pen, colour in the seal's body. Colour in the flippers with a darker grey. You can also add details to the face at this point with a little upside down triangle for the nose, 2 lines for a smiley mouth and 2 dots for the eyes. Right, so colouring in, I have got my usual. We'll add a little bit of water to these Kuretake Zig Clean Colour Wheel Brush pens, which have a little brush tip and they're water based, so we can water them down. And I'm going to use my plastic palette and a little bit of water. Right, so I've got 3 shades of grey here. I've got Cool Grey 2, Cool Grey 3 and Cool Grey 4. Let's see how Cool Grey 2 goes on. Not too bad. And of course, if we start with the paler colour, then that means we can add the shading that they're talking about. Right, so all over in the paler grey. And then we can move up a shade and see how that goes. So we're doing these flippers. Right, that's not dark enough. We'll use the darker colour. Oh yeah, I think that's going to do it. Oops. So the darker there. Right. What's the next step? Okay. So they've done that, like kind of shading on his body. So we'll use this and do kind of much the same, just a bit blotchy. And just with a drier brush kind of maybe blend it in a little bit. Right, I think we've made them blotchy enough. Right, step 3. Now it's time for all the texture. Start by adding some scribbly marks and speckles with a grey coloured pencil to give the seal's fur a mottled appearance. This helps give the illustration some dimension and stops it looking too flat. You can also add some lines to the tail and whiskers using a sharp pencil to ensure they are nice and neat. So they've added some squirrely squiggles and some dots and some lines. Right, okay. Let's get the pencils out then. So, a dark grey. Let's try this one. Oops, or maybe not. That needs a proper sharpen now. This one. Yeah, we'll go with this one. So this is a Prismacolor pencil in Cool Grey, and it just needs a little bit of a sharpen. Right. So, lines down his tail. Not so sure about that. let's try some dots. So just kind of randomly down the front a little bit. And then just some squiggles. Yeah, I'm not so sure about how much that. Maybe once I do my black pen, I think, and plus I think I'm going to go darker for his flippers. Is this the darkest? There we are. That's better. And I'm not sure so much about these lines. Right, let's do our so this is just a zig millennium. It's a 5. See, it's at a 0.5, I think. Just to kind of sketch round. The outline. Gives it a little bit of, I know they don't do this in the book, but I've been doing this since maybe 2 or 3 projects in, and I think that it does make a difference. Right, I'm going to do my lines with the black pen. And I don't know whether I want to add my dots. Just look, maybe just round the edge. Yeah. Now I think he just needs some blue water to swim in. They've given him eyebrows. Do seals have eyebrows? Is that going to make him... It does. It makes him even more cute. Right, let's add some blue. Add some blue. Here's a blue-grey. And he's just peeking out the water. Yeah, I'm happy with that. He's a jolly fellow. So let's see. Yeah, what do you think? Okay, that's today. That was a nice Sunday afternoon. And now that I think the black outline is on, it shows up the little bit of squiggle there. Yeah, why not? Okay, so what's next week? Oh, no, now that looks tricky. A leopard. Yep. Oh well, that's next Sunday. Project 27. How many are we talking about here? Are we halfway? So project, 50. So, oh well, we're more than halfway already. Yep. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.